If you're a professional gamer, that means that you're probably looking for a monitor that's as fast as possible. And that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. We're going to be taking a look at a company named Pixio, the PX279 Prime monitor. When I think of Prime, the first thing I think about though is Optimus Prime. And I mean, I stared at this monitor for a while and it didn't change. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever wondered this, but Optimus Prime changes into a truck, right? But what kind of truck is he? Is he a Peterbilt truck? I mean, is he a Kensworth truck? Sorry, you guys in the South, y'all know what different kinds of trucks. I mean, ever wondered what kind of truck is Optimus Prime? I've kind of wondered that. Now, this monitor has a lot of features beyond the 240 hertz, which is its refresh rate, and that's going to be important to people who are doing esports. I know some people out there are going to say, oh, there's even monitors with even faster refresh rates. There's only a couple. I think there might only be one at this time. Now, real quick before we jump into the video, there are three types of panels. There's IPS panels, there's TA panels, and there's VA panels. All these other panels are different things, and at one point, the only really drawback to an IPS panel was that it really didn't have a really, fast response time. They were like 5-6 milliseconds. This particular one is 1 millisecond from gray to gray. So back in the day, it was actually, it was kind of like almost like the three beds thing, but the only thing is that, all three beds had something that was like, one was too hard, one was too soft. One might have been comfortable, but somebody was snoring next door. You know what I'm saying? Just wasn't perfect. So if people out there don't know what an IPS panel, basically an IPS panel is the best of both worlds, the best of both worlds. You get really fast response times, really fast refresh rates, and now you're getting the best color. This particular monitor is 108% sRGB. So that's pretty crazy. So let's jump in. Let's check out this monitor by Pixio and see if it's worth your cash at the end of the day. Did you just build yourself a brand new PC? Or did you just upgrade your old PC, but find you're in need of a Windows 10 key? If that's the case, your CD key has you covered. And buying, it's never been easier. All you do is go to your CD key website, find the Windows software that you want to buy, put it into your cart, enter the code TOT20, apply the code, save yourself some extra money, and as soon as you complete your purchase, the Windows 10 key will be in your inbox. There's no problems, it's really easy, and all keys are guaranteed to work, so you don't have to worry about losing your money, and you'll have a valid Windows 10 key to get your unit up and running. Okay, so the Pixio PX279 Prime monitor. Now, everything that you need comes inside of the box. You get the power brick, you get the cable, you get one cable, you only get a DisplayPort cable, there's no other ones, you don't need it. You get the instruction manual, and you get the stand and the two screws that you need to screw the stand into the base. That's everything that comes inside of the box. Now, putting the monitor together, it's really simple. The only thing you have to do is get a Phillips headed screwdriver. There's two screws, you just screw the base into it, and then after that, everything is completely plugged in. Now, taking a look at the front of the monitor is a flat screen panel. It has an anti-glare coating on it. It's full 27 inches, 1920 by 1080. I know a lot of people are out there going, that should be a 1440 on that bad boy. I know, it probably should be. Like I said before, the sRGB in this monitor is 108%, so people who game and also want to do art or work in Photoshop and stuff like that, this monitor will be able to handle those duties. Now, one thing you're also going to notice is that there is a very thin bezel around the monitor. Now, the company touts it's completely bezel-less, but like another viewer pointed out, another review, he was like, come on, man, even though it's small, it's still there. So, all right, granted, homeboy, you are right. There is still a very small bezel, but I guess nowadays they consider this bezel-less, but we know that's, tech, words, like gaming, right? You know what I mean? Anyways, it's a flat panel. The monitor is actually very, very thin. Everything on the monitor that you're going to access is on the back of the monitor. Even controlling the on-screen display There's a little toggle on the back of the monitor, and you just click through this and toggle through all of your different screens that you want to set the monitor up. Also, you'll see in the back, as far as the connections go, you have 2 HDMI ports, you have a single display port, you have a USB, power in, and then a microphone connection as well. Now, the monitor will be VESA mounted, or rather it can be VESA mounted. You just have to remove the stand, and it's got the 100 by 100, so you can mount it on pretty much, anywhere on your wall if you want to. And because it's really thin, it probably will mount on the wall pretty flat as well. Now, some other features of this monitor: it does feature HDR. It features flicker-free technology. It has low blue light, which means that no matter what kind of lighting you're in, the blue light coming out, it's not going to affect your vision and make you get eye strain and go, this really sucks, I'm getting a headache, which is always a good thing. A 16 by 9, that's the aspect ratio. And also, a lot of people talk about input lag. I have this little device that I use to measure the input lag. I'll actually have a link down below if you guys want to buy one of these for yourself. The input lag in this monitor was only 1.5 milliseconds. So, I mean, it's 1,000 milliseconds in a second, so there's really nothing to that whatsoever. 1 millisecond, gray to gray, 400 nits of brightness, 1,000 to 1 contrast ratio. So those are all pretty much the specs of the monitor. It does support FreeSync Premium, and the monitor that the computer that I tested it on has a G-Sync card in it, and it is G-Sync compatible. You only get the basic color features and stuff like that. You don't get all of the anti-lag, anti-tearing, and all the other gaming stuff that comes if you actually have an AMD card, but it will function in all its basic things if you have, an NVIDIA card. The monitor doesn't automatically factory default to 240 Hertz. It actually does it to 60. So make sure you go either into the AMD control panel or the NVIDIA control panel and change it to 240 Hertz and then apply it so that you're getting the proper speeds that you need. You can also go into the monitor, change all the different settings. There's overdrive, brightness, gaming, all kinds of different things in the monitor's OSD that you can set up and customize the monitor. Now, the monitor itself, the only thing that I find about it that's really kind of disconcerting is there is absolutely no adjustment as far as the height goes. Absolutely none at all. The monitor sits on the desk, and the only thing that you can do with it is tilt it back and forth. So that is, to me, a little bit of a limitation on the monitor. There are also no speakers on this particular monitor. We looked at a monitor a couple of weeks back from BenQ. Pretty much the same specs as this monitor. This monitor has just slightly better specs as far as the speeds and everything, but the BenQ actually had some kind of nice speakers in them that had like Travola sound in them, which you don't have any speakers, and spaces limitation can come in handy. But as far as everything else, the specs in this were just a little bit less. Now, as far as gaming goes, the monitor looks absolutely great. And like I said, it has 108% of the sRGB, which means that if you're a person, you're playing games, but you also not only care about the colors in your games, but you may do some editing, videos and stuff like that, you're going to get a much better color gamut with this particular monitor, which means the colors that you're actually seeing on your screen will be what you're printing or actually editing, which is important to a lot of people. Text on the monitor looks good. It honestly looks better with an AMD card than it does with an NVIDIA card. I'm not exactly sure why, but the text just does look sharper if you're using an AMD card because, probably that's because it's a FreeSync Pro monitor. It's not, a true NVIDIA G-Sync monitor. You're not paying that extra money to have that technology, inside the product. So here it is pretty much in a nutshell at the end of the day. The monitor features 240 Hertz refresh rate. If you guys out there know what that means, it means that your monitor is refreshing your screen so fast that you really get no motion blur, nothing else whatsoever. And since the monitor does have built-in flicker-free technology, you're not going to get a headache if you're, viewing websites and stuff like that. It's a flat panel. It'll VESA mount. And really the only caveats to this particular monitor, like I said, is there's just absolutely no adjustment as far as the monitor goes. You can't lift it up and down. You can only tilt it, you know. You can't even, you know, move it side by side or anything else. I mean, I know a lot of those things have to do more with like a monitor for photography and stuff like that. But still, you know, when you know, a monitor has a lot more features. That just, you know, seems to bring a lot more people to the table who are like, all right, you know, I'm uber duper picky about this shite, and I want it to have this, I want it to have that, I want it to have that, this, that, and the other. I don't want that monitor. You can take it and shove it where the sun don't shine, Elric. Remember, at the end of the day, I didn't make this monitor. Pixio did. But Pixio, if you guys aren't familiar with them, they're kind of a new company. They've been around for a few years. They make products that are competitive. They also have a pretty decent warranty now, so if you have a problem with any of their monitors, they're easy to exchange and deal with. I've had, you know, 1 or 2 monitors that I've gotten in the past, I think, few years. I had one that had a Pixel app, but they exchanged it no problem. So if you buy it on Amazon or any place else like that, reputable sales place, you'll be able to, if there's any problems whatsoever, exchange it. This monitor is a high quality monitor. You can probably find it on sale for around the $300 price mark. If you're an esports gamer, and speed and, you know, features are really your thing, and you use headphones most of the time and you don't care about speakers, then this monitor might be something that you really want to look at, you know. The 1920 by 1080, you know, I mean, some other gamers have interacted in some of the other videos and they've said, you know, 1080 right now really is still the strong point. You do have a certain percentage of 4K gamers and 1440, but right now, 1920 by 1080 is still kind of the sweet spot. I admit, I like the wider aspect of the 1440. I mean, let's just frickin' face it, we all do. Wider screen, more viewing angle, more people to shoot, right? That's what I say. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I hope that you enjoy my style. If you'd like to sub the channel, I'd love to see you here. Just hit that little notifications bell up on top when you do so. It's sort of go bing and let you know that this guy is making videos here on Tech and Tomorrow on YouTube. Also, if you want to support the site but you don't have any money, have you ever thought about trying Amazon Prime? Well, hey, check it out. I have a link down below. You can try it free for 30 days. Just use my link. They give me a little bit of cash. It helps keep me around. You can use them for 30 days. If you don't like them, go, I'm done with you, baby. I was gonna say something else, but you know, but what the heck. And if you have a single dollar, you can support me on Patreon. Like usual, there will be links down below to different places to buy this monitor, as well as a link back to the Pixio site. So peace out. We'll see you guys back in the channel for more tech.